Hey, y'all, what's up? So, I was going to leave a review on NxT on Tuesday. I did not, had a lot going on health-wise. So, I had to go to urgent care today, so, but it's a whole thing. So, today, I'm going to try to remember everything. First of all, I love the black and silver NxT logo, okay? I love that logo. Love that the interest is hip-hop. We're going into a new era, which means a new genre and new stuff like that. Well, it's technically not a new genre because hip-hop has been around wrestling just as much as rock and alternative have been. What would really surprise me is if we went into like pop for wrestling. Like, to me, that would be more of a shocker than any other genre, to be honest. Any pop type song, pop, you know what I'm saying? Like mainstream pop, Christian pop, indie pop, any type of pop. Like, that would be, it for me. Also, in regards to alternative and rock, watching WWE during the Attitude Era is actually my introduction to that. Like, and then my neighbors. But it was actually my introduction to that. Anyways, I love the black and silver design. Okay, my hair. I love the black and silver design. I love the fact that it was such a massive crowd. Next week was going to be in St. Louis. I don't know if we're just doing a tour because it's on regular TV, or if it it's going to be like just a small type of thing, because we're premiering on the CW, which is a welcome home type situation for WWE. Because back in the day when we had SmackDown, it was on UPN or WB, which merged to become the CW. So it's nothing new for WWE. Anyways, what I didn't like at the beginning were the title changes. And I know we were going to get new titles because of it's a new era with a new show, and it's basically the premiere, which the other two were normally a premiere for. But because we have bad blood, I guess they didn't want to do the premiere in the and also because we changed networks in September or August. Excuse me. They didn't want to do the premiere. Then they wanted to do it. Now they want to do it then, which is fine. I like the fact that the titles are shiny, but that's it. That's all I like. And because I am a color girl, like, it's cool that the titles have hardware and all that other stuff. But for me, as far as some of my favorite titles for the women, my favorite 3 titles is the women's NxT title, the old one, because it's the colors. It's the women's North American Championship. Like, I love that title. And it's the Raw Women's title. Like, I don't necessarily care about the tag team women's title or the women's SmackDown title. And this new NxT women's title, I don't really care for. Those are my favorite. And then, honestly, I like all the titles of Raw. Like, the round is very different from the standard title. Like, the SmackDown tag team title had to grow on me, but it gave very much old school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it very much gave me old school. But the first match was Roxanne versus Julia, sorry. It's 2:00 in the morning, y'all. Don't bite my head off. But it's Roxanne is my girl. She's my favorite girl on NxT. For the past 2 years. She's been one of my favorites on NXT. I've recently gotten really into Soul Roka. I don't know. The first time I saw her fight, because I've been in and out of NXT, was for the women's inaugural women's North American Championship, and she is something special. Okay, I like Kelani, but like Soul is, and nothing against any other girls. And I like Kelani as champion, but it's something about Soul for me. Um, but they fought, you know, Roxanne is on this like heel type situation. Juliana looks like they show. First of all, they show her up close. She is gorgeous. Roxanne's pretty too, but we have 4K or 8K, whatever cameras they use, the whole 2 hours. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. When we watch SmackDown and Raw, and they were like, "Oh, we use 4K cameras on SmackDown and Raw." Y'all lying like hell. We only see we only see them type cameras or the lenses like that when we have PLEs. Other than that, we don't see um the clearness that we saw in NXT last night. Like, it was super clear. That match was great. It was great opening match. And Juliana held her own. The only thing I always wonder is, not that the people that come from other places can't wrestle, like, what is the adjustment like? You know, because I heard Japan is a different beast now. I heard that they hardcore over there, and I think this is true only because, well, AJ like Shinsuke, like Kari, I think Io, Asuka go back, you know, because they're from Japan. But AJ wrestled there for a while. Finn wrestled there for a while. I think Cody wrestled there for a little bit. But even like when Bailey was talking about Mercedes, and she said she had told her she was going to Japan, and Bailey was like, "I'm not going." Like, basically, I hope you do well. Good luck to you. Her and Trinity, and was it just her and Trinity? Yeah, they went to go see her in Japan, and she was like, "It's a different beast there." First of all, like, the Japan crowd was very demure. Like, they clap, they're very polite and stuff like that. But like the moves that they do there, the way the mat looks like, it sounds like it's harder and all that other stuff, and stuff like that is different. So for you to go from that to something that might be like a little more safe, I want to say, in a way, it's got to be kind of different, and it's mainly based on storyline. I feel like here versus there. Like, of course, they have promos and stuff there and in other places, but like, what is the I got something in my tooth. Like, but I think the main focus is the wrestling part versus here is probably 50-50. And right now with the cinema era, it got to be 60-40. Like 60 about the story, 40 about the wrestling. Because we all know that everyone is great physically, but can you cut a promo? Can you do that part? Can you make us feel? You know what I'm saying? I so happen to go back and look at certain parts of WrestleMania 40. One of my favorite matches was the Pride versus the Final Testament. I watched that one. And I watched the ending with when Cody won, and I cried again still. Like, even still, it's been 6 months and I'm still crying. And it was, it wasn't the fact that he won, even though that was part of it. It was the interaction between him and Seth. Like, if you knew the history, and that's good storytelling, like that for me did it. Like, I watched the whole thing through until I got to the end, and I was like, I said in my mind I was not gonna cry, and I still cried. But Yeah, so she did her thing. Roxanne did the pop rock, whatever. And I think Juliana was up, and then she had a helper. So I thought it was Stephanie. You know what I'm saying? It ended up being Cora Jade. And I said, not AJ Lee's and CM Punk's other daughter. If you know, you know. It's a running joke on the internet with wrestling, how like they're both inspired by them, and how Punk takes like the women under their league and he's an advocate for the women wrestlers and stuff like that. Very much true. And how like Cora met him. I think this old clip of her like crying or something, was like, that's her hero and stuff like that. And then they meet later on. But like, she helped her, and then Roxanne ended up winning. And then later on, she was like, oh, maybe we could start this alliance later again. And I was like, they got the same color hair, I just noticed. But and I'm happy for my girl. You know, that's my girl. I want to say not only is she CM Punk's and AJ Lee's daughter, she's Booker T's daughter, because he very help train. He looks out for her. But I love Roxanne down, and I put this on my Twitter. I love her down, but I'm ready to see a title change. And I never thought I would say that. Like when she lost it and Tiffany had it for a little bit, I was upset because I was like, first of all, who is this and why she got my girl's title? But now I'm like, maybe aligning herself up with Cora might be something, or them turning their backs on each other eventually. But I was like, I'm ready to see someone else with that title. Like, I don't know what else they have planned, but I'm kind of like over it. To me, it wasn't even believable. It stopped being believable for me. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. When she fought the Juggernaut from TNA, which is my girl, she is my favorite in TNA. Thank God Trinity, aka Naomi, was the reason why I started watching TNA again. Like, I haven't watched TNA since Hulk and him was in TNA a while ago, at least 10 plus years ago. Hulk Hogan and Sting and all them, which like me saying that is like in my mouth because he's such a loser. Anyway, I'm sorry. Might be a WWE legend, but he sucks. Okay, outside of that, I could go to another wrestler that I think sucks that people hype up, and I'm not even gonna go there because I'm gonna start controversy in probably my comments, and y'all not gonna like. I don't even care if people don't like me, but I don't think Goldberg is all that he's cracked up to be. I'm gonna say it like I'm gonna say that, and I've never thought that. First of all, when he first came out and about, I didn't like him because the WCW, WWF try to come out, and at certain parts, him and Stone Cold would come out at the same time. I was like, not him trying to be bald like him, but I was like 8, so you know what I'm saying. So like, but then when people were talking about like his reign, I only watched WCW for Sting. If we're gonna keep it 100, like Sting was it. Okay, and outside of his match, I didn't care to see it. I can't tell you nothing about no WCW history. Okay, so like I didn't know, and I knew a little bit about ECW, but my mama wouldn't let us watch it. So like, when Jericho came over, like I didn't know who he was before. RVD came over, I didn't know who he was because we weren't allowed to watch it. ECW, and then like certain people from there, so I didn't know. But a lot of people were hyping him up, and then now it's a lot of like in the middle type. Like Maury was more so in favor of him versus not, but now it's more so in the middle. And people are like, he got the same 6 move sets, and a lot of people are like, a lot of wrestlers only got about 6 moves. There's a couple that got more than 6, but it was like, it's not that, but the delivery for his move sets are bad. And I've never seen him. I've seen him wrestle like maybe once. And I was like, when I saw him wrestle, I think he had a title at the time. I was like, how does he have a title? And I was trying to figure it out. Okay. And then on top of the icing on the cake for me is him being a chauvinist and him saying what he said about when they asked about Oscar like surpassing his reign, and he said what he said. Like I was done with it for me. But like going back to that when I was like, how is he still champion? Like I know we had to have her win because it was like a Dusty Rhodes situation where you don't want an outsider coming in winning a title for your company. But I was like, in real life, there'll be no way in hell, I don't think, that Roxanne could beat Jordan Grace. There's no way. Okay? And when she comes on, my eyes are glued. Okay? Like, I might not watch for like 2-3 weeks, and they're like, oh, and I follow her on Instagram and Twitter, and she'll go, I'm be on NxT LA. I'm watching. It's certain people on certain promotions. Only those 2 promotions. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Now certain other ones that like maybe on it, like you have to get online and stuff, I might buy and go see. But like the other promotion, no shade, I can't get with it. Like AEW, I tried for a little bit, and it's because of the nostalgia of all the wrestlers. But I'm like, after a while, I still couldn't do it. First of all, it was hard to follow some of the storylines, like really hard to follow. Then a lot of it was like a replay of stuff we've seen in WWE, but it was not replayed well. This is my opinion. Okay. And then some of the people that left and went over there or got let go of and went over there. And then they went over there and got more camera time over there. Because at first we'd be like, oh, they're a great wrestler. Why didn't they go in, like, why they get let go? Why they're not in as many things? Why they don't have a title? First of all, every wrestler is not going to have a title. And if they did give every wrestler a title, everybody's not going to have a long reign. Okay? Second of all, you still be in the Hall of Fame, like, whether you have one or not. Second of all, I watched this video on YouTube, showed that statistically, most Hall of Famers win percentage is like 27 to like 48% of their matches is what they win. The rest of them, they lose. They lost their match. But because the story in the match was so good, you don't even notice that they lost. Okay? And so I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they probably win when they first get called up or called to the main. And then they win when they're in the peak of their career. And then towards the end of their career, they might win 1 or 2. But then they're really trying to help the new people get over and stuff. So they lose a lot. And then they lose a lot in between. But I'm like, certain people go to that promotion and they get like time to do promos, and I'd be like, okay, now I see why you're not a champion, or why you don't have a title. In the case of having to do promotions and having to have us believe your story is not believable. Okay? And he was one of my favorites on Raw. Okay? As an example. One of my favorites on Raw, one of the reasons why I tuned into Raw before he left. And then I heard some of his promos recently, AEW, and I was like, okay, I get it. And that's why. Because when you're a champion, people are going to come for your title. They're going to come gunning for your title. Not saying that he won't be able to, like, him or other people won't be able to keep up with the schedule, but I'm like, when it comes to the promos, like for me, if I was doing promos and stuff, like if I was a talent scout for me, I would rather you be good on the mic and decent in wrestling, and then we could work on your wrestling and you get better versus you being a great wrestler and then terrible at promos, no matter how long you've been in the industry. And we'd be like, we want to make you a champion, but we was like, then our next thought is, will you be able to conduct dialogue well? Like, how would that work? You know what I'm saying? So it's like certain people that are not good at it at all. And one of them, she's the boat. And she is a family. She's a part of a royal family. And I don't think her promos are that great either. Excuse me. But she is the boat. She is the tactician. Okay. Puts everybody over. Helps everybody improve. She's another one. But, yeah, something like I said. So then, the match I was waiting for was a street fight with Wentz and Wes Lee. It delivered everything and more that I wanted it to deliver. Okay? Delivered everything and more. And I thought, I forgot who won that. I think Wentz won that. I want to say, I can't remember because it was technically 2 days ago, and it's been a lot going on. But yeah, it was going through tables, and I was like, well, that was a hard slam because y'all always know I say these new announcement tables they bought are different. Like, they not like the old one. You could tap it and it break a little bit, but they gotta slam hard. And I know they were a better material because I can't remember who got slammed on it about 2 or 3 times and it didn't fall. Or the wrestlers aren't doing it hard anymore. Was it Randy or Jacob Fatu or something like that recently? And I was like, that's a sturdy announcement table, okay? Because 2 years ago, 2 years ago, I think would have fell and broke on the first slam, okay? I wonder how many of those they go through when they do the monthly expense report. And then it was the Dream Team. Lola Vice and Jada Parker versus what they call Fatal Attraction. Is it like a remix of Toxic? What was it? Toxic Attraction or something like that? Is that a remix? Like, I was so confused. I told you I'd be in and out of NxT. Like, I was watching it real heavy when Solo came. Okay. And then I was watching real heavy. I started watching real heavy again. I think this time, was it last year? And they had Cody on there. And then John Cena was there and Undertaker was there the same day. And I was like, I hate my life. Because I did all that to try to get, not for the announcement part, but I honestly thought he was going to be more involved into it. That's why I did it. Not knowing I think Cena was really involved into it, but that storyline was pretty cool. And then I got into the whole thing with Trick and Carmelo and who hit him and Lex King and all that. Speaking of Lex King, he was in this recent one, and I don't know. I think he was talking to Punk in the back. I don't know who the barber was, okay, that lined him up, but they need a raise, okay? Them cuts was clean. And if anybody know me, I am a hair enthusiast. My hair might not look like something today, or ain't look like something in the past couple days, because I do my own, and it's, like I said, I've been sick and stuff. But one of the things I know, okay, outside of like math, basketball, music, is hair, okay? And that his hair looked good, and the beard and stuff, and the little and the star and stuff like that. Like, people think stuff like that is easy. You can't do designs like that easy on set. Like, my coworker got like a mohawk thing, and he got slits like in the back of his mohawk, and one of them the barber cut too close because he had like red dots in his skull. So I'm like, he nicked him while he was doing it. Like, you can't, everybody can't do that, okay? So they showed Ava too, but I forgot who Ava was talking to. I want to say her real name because Ava be throwing me off. And then I be called Ref Bay Ava, which is her real name. That's not her ref name. So like, I be on Monday Night Raw. So I just be confused sometimes. So yeah, so after that it was Lola, Vice, and Jade versus them. And I ain't never paid attention to the entrance. So I like Jada's GTA entrance, and then Lola Vice's entrance is homage to Miami Vice. They came out looking phenomenal. And my thought was, okay, do you think because TKO owns UFC, I have to say UFC because I was going to say UCF, but that's the college. UFC and WWE, that if they asked her, okay, and she said yes, would they allow Lola to go fight a UFC match? Did I say that right? Yeah. Like, if she asks, because she has the MMA background. Shayna has the MMA background. They had a PLE for NxT in Vegas. Okay? And I wish the ring was the hexagon ring. Like, that pissed me off because I was like, how you going to have it at the headquarters? And I understand this is a wrestling event, but you should have had the UFC ring. Like, if you going to have something that's based around like a company or at a company, have the elements of the company there. Like, have the hexagon ring. We don't care about saying no rectangle ring. We always see that. You know what I'm saying? That's like when we go to Berlin, have a German theme match. When we go to, if we ever did one in Samoa, have a Samoa match. If we go to Mexico, which I want a PLE in Mexico so bad, have a lucha match. Like, have stuff that caters to the audience there. Like, I'll be dropping the ball, okay? But they end up fighting. Jada ended up walking out because she thought Lola was trying to get her twice, I think. And one of the times Lola saved her, and the other time another opponent had got her. So she left. Then Lola was doing her thing for a while, okay? First of all, it's body, yada, 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 yada with both of them. They're both gorgeous. And she was doing her hair thing for a while. And then she left. And I'm going to tell you something. If I had Jay's body, I wouldn't be able to tell me nothing, okay? I'd be out here showing out. I say that, but I'm lying. I don't go nowhere. I won't do nothing. But, yeah, so she left. I didn't even know Kelani was on the headset until I heard, well, I was like, who is that? Then they had said, I knew the voice, but I was like, is that her? And then they asked her about the North American, title or whatever. So Lola ended up getting pinned. Okay, hold on. Before I even get to that, at the beginning, Shawn comes out to his music. He does his little dance and stuff like that. And then he invites his best friend, Paul, out there. It's weird for me to say Paul. Because when I say Paul, I think of Heyman. Because even they call him Hunter so much, he could literally change his name. Like when they do interviews after the PLEs, they'll be like Paul Triple H Levesque. You know what I'm saying? But like when the superstars talk about him and the Hall of Fame veterans talk about him, they say Hunter. They don't even say his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw a last interview of Shawn had mentioned him and he was like, yeah, and Hunter. And I was like, but it clicked because that's who you know him by. That's just like when I watch Up Up Down Down and they call Xavier Woods. Like they'd be like Woods or Woodsy. They'll say Jim. They'll say they'll say Jay. They'll say Docs. You know what I'm saying? Like Dawkins. I've only heard like Xavier Woods call Shayna by her first name in one video, and that's when they asked what was her top 5 video games, and he called her Jenna. But other than that, I haven't, you know what I'm saying, heard them call them by the names. And I don't know if it's because the channel caters to WWE fans too, and it's connected to WWE, but from the comments and stuff like that, because you know you be looking at comments. Like I look at comments before I post a comment sometimes, because I be like, if someone comments exactly what I wanted to comment, I'm gonna just heart it or like it. I ain't gotta put nothing. So that's what I do. So a lot of the people that actually watch it aren't WWE fans. Like they found it on accident because they like the game. Like, so it's like I'm calling him Hunter is like, okay. Well, but yeah, I guess. Because I don't call like Shane Helms Hurricane Helms or Shane or nothing like that. Like I call him Legend because he's a legend in the game. People still do the Hurricane. Like that be in, especially the Flyers, that be in their moveset. It's certain moves that people made famous or people originated, and they still do to this day. To this day. Okay. So, like Dom with the Eddie Guerrero shimmy and stuff like that, like, you know. So he came out, Paul came out, and I was like, look at them looking like cat daddies. They look like, y'all know what a cat daddy is. Y'all know it'd be like older age men that look great, okay, in their age like fine wine, okay, and look like if they wanted to, they could date and pass up a date a much younger woman and nobody would bat an eye. Like that's exactly what a cat daddy is. Triple H don't even wear a tie. Like he got the shirt button down, let it breathe. I don't know if it's because he's still muscular under there, and if he ties it up, everything is tight, or if it makes him claustrophobic, or if it shows that like, okay, I'm the boss, but I'm also with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with y'all because I've been there. I know what it's like, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, I'm still a boss. Those make the best bosses. And I've said that a million and one times. Those make the best bosses. The people that started from the ground, from the bottom, or came in at entry level, or maybe mid-level and then worked their way up, they know what's going on around. Because even with business, in 50-something years from now, yes, business progresses, but the foundation more likely is the same. So if I come in at a certain level and then I become a boss, I can tell you what my brain will work like. Okay, from a business aspect, I could do this as a boss, but then keep in mind, for the people to be happy, for business to thrive, my employees have to be happy. And then I know what this will take for them to be happy enough that wouldn't jeopardize the business. You know what I'm saying? Versus people that come straight from college or from out of the company and then want to do stuff and don't know what the hell they're doing or don't know what it's like because they've never been on the bottom of ground. This happens all the time in the entertainment space, but especially in the hospitality space. Hotels, restaurants, tour guides, what else? Bars, lounges, like it's the worst when it comes to that. People just expect stuff to happen or make stuff up. And then if it fails, they want to blame the lower people. And if it doesn't fail, it's rare it doesn't fail. But 9 times out of 10, it fails. And then y'all want to give out anonymous surveys, which aren't anonymous because they know who didn't take them. And then don't want to read it, or you want to read it and get upset at the people that put the things. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like let them go and then realize they were right, or write them up or something like that. Realize they were right. Everybody needs, especially if the company or the board of people are mostly white men, you need diversity. You need women, and you need different ethnicities, whether it's male or female. And I say that because when it comes to certain stuff, especially like some of these commercials and stuff y'all be doing that are insensitive, y'all need somebody in the boardroom. Not somebody that's going to be of a different ethnicity and agree with everything. You need people that have different mindsets and stuff like that so that y'all can grow. But y'all also need people that's like, y'all need people that won't like argue you down. Just agree to disagree, come to a conclusion, compromise. Because if I tell you this ain't right or something's insensitive, and I'll be like, look, I know it's, say, Black History Month. I know it's Black History Month or Juneteenth, but you don't need to do that. And then the people that's mad or racist, they'll end up firing that person. And then you'll get all this backlash on social media and through the news. And then people be like, well, where was a DeMarcus or where was a Tasha at in this room meeting? And they was like, y'all know they had one as an intern or something, and they told them not to do it, and they either ignored them or fired them and did it anyway. Okay? But they look like cat daddies. Okay? So then, just saying. So then, so Kelani comes out. They come out and talking about something. We coming for your title next. And they about to get her. So then we hear a storm. I want my own. And I'm like, oh, it's my girls. Okay? The StormiEST duo, Jade and Bianca. First of all, they look great. Okay? I love Bianca got one of those skin tones. And we about to say my complexion is in between Jade and Bianca's, I think. Bianca got one of them skin tones. She look good in gold or silver. And I said that last year. So when she wore both at WrestleMania, it fit, okay? Me, my skin tone, or in my mind, I think I look better in silver or white gold. Like regular yellow gold. And honestly, I'll wear rose gold before I wear yellow gold. I can't do the yellow gold. But so I like Bianca shorts. But because I'm drawn to the silver, I love Jay shorts. And I love their boots. Okay? And let me tell you something. Since she paired up with Bianca, and she's done over 100 matches, the improvement shows. Okay? Not only do they feed off of each other, like I mentioned before, Jade has gotten better with her wrestling, which comes with time with any wrestler. But Bianca's learned, I feel like, with Jade to relax and to have fun. I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, in her short time on the main roster, she accomplished daggone near everything that is need to accomplish. Okay? All she got to do, basically, is win the NXT Women's Championship or win the North American Women's Championship, and she'll be, what is she? What is it? Grand Slam champion, because she's already Triple Crown champion. My brain was like, what is she? Did she win a belt in NXT? If she won a belt in NXT, she's a Grand Slam champion. I can't remember. I know she's Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion and Tag Team Champion. That's Triple Crown. But if she won a title in NXT while she was there, she's a Grand Slam champion. And somebody need to update stuff on social media, because I wasn't watching when she was on there, so I don't know. Now, I watched the clips, though, of when she was a heel, and those were hilarious. But I don't, you know what I'm saying? Case in point, speaking of, when I say I'd rather have somebody that is great in promos and decent in wrestling and then they can improve in wrestling, Jade is one of those people, and that's no shade, okay? Because when she be on her promos, even in AEW, when she be like, cut this, Jerry. Like, you know, she was like, we giving out work, come apply. I said, okay. Because I was like, I've never heard nobody say that. Not in WWE, okay? Like when I used to be like, my top 5 women promos at WWE, and this was before she got there. And I was like, it was Bianca, it was Zelina, it was, my brain just shut down. I'm sorry. It was Bianca, it was Zelina. I think I had, I'm trying to scan my brain for, I think I had Becky, my default, I think her and Nia, I want to say Liv. But now it's Jade, Bianca, Liv. Them 3 for sure. For sure. Zelina. Them 4 for sure. Okay? And then, I don't think I have a 5th one right now. I don't think. I'm trying to think of who else. You know what? I'll say Tiffany. No, it's the 5th one will be between. No, I forgot about Homegirl. The 5th one will be between Michin Tiffany or Chelsea Green. Okay, for like promos on the main roster. But yeah, they came out, and I was like, when they came out, I screamed, and I was like, I knew they was gonna come out because I follow both of them on Twitter, and I was on Twitter. They had said something about Chicago coming to NXT, and I was like, they gonna come to Chicago. So when they did all that, then they was like, next week we gonna have a 3-on-3 match, and I said they gonna be in St. And then they was like, St. Louis. I said, Sexy Red gonna be there. Watch. And then they was talking about Javon versus Randy, which is gonna be crazy. Okay. And he said he wanted to best to see if he was actually like the hype. You know how good you have to be and how much of a buzz you have to have legends want to wrestle you before they get up out of here. I don't know if Randy asked for the match, or if Javon asked for the match, or they was like, hey, since we in your hometown, I'm at where you live at, come and fight Javon. But if Randy asked for the match, that is a testament to how well you wrestle. Okay, a vet wants to wrestle you, but I ain't gonna hold you. Javon good too. Okay, so we got that, and then I think is Nathan and Axiom versus, is it A-Town Down Under next week? And then it's gonna be the 6 women's tag Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. And then Sexy Red gonna be there. And then it's gotta be one more because it's 2 hours. And if I'm missing it, that's is not charging to my head, not my heart. Because I honestly don't know. Okay. So then they had, it's Uma and Tony DeAngelo. So then they come out. Uber comes out and they do the ooh, 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 when he comes out. Not like Monkey, but like Arsenio Hall. I'm aging myself. When they go, we go, woo, 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 when he's come, So he comes out and sits down. First of all, Miz comes out. Miz, like I said, they said whoever turns on truth is going to be the biggest heel at the moment. Miz is that. But that suit is clean. That black suit he had on, I don't know if his wife picked it out, which I'm very much sure she probably did because she has great style. I don't care. Not unless you are a stylish individual, I feel like prior to you getting married, every time you wear something that's real clean, 9 times out of 10, I'm giving props to your wife. And Miz is one of those people. And I used to watch the reality show, okay? And I follow her on Instagram and watched their season theme shoots and stuff like that. And then she was there, I think at Raw last week with the Miz jacket. She looked phenomenal, okay? She is her choices in clothing. Sometimes it'd be a little bit too much for me because I'm not girly like that. I could throw on some heels and be cute and stuff like that, the blazer, all that. But I'm most comfortable in sweatpants and a shirt. And or I'll wear joggers. Well, is joggers and floor suits back in? I used to wear those. But yeah, so he does Miz TV. He comes out, and then it's I bet you, people, basically, he's so big, he could be a linebacker, which they ain't lying, okay? Then Tony DeAngelo comes out. And it's so funny that half of these people that were on TV tonight, I've discovered by watching the reaction on YouTube. I found out who Wes Lee was, Gigi was, Tony and Sparks, Trick, all of them was on the React channel for NxT stars. What was it, 2-3 years ago? So that's how I got introduced to them. So he come out, and I was like, I like Uma, and I was like, I love Tony. So I'm like, this is gonna be interesting. They did their promos. And I love how Uma was like, you got your family, whatever. He was like, your family ain't gonna be able to save you next week. Then they did the face-off, face-to-face, standing there looking at each other, which I loved, okay? I didn't too much. And I said, Tony ain't that small. And Uma is overpowering him and bigger than him. I said, he big as hell. And they talking about something, we need somebody that's going to take his title, something like that. Or who's going to take... And I said, I know who, but y'all not going to have him go to NxT and take it. I was like, because the first person that came to mind was Jacob. And from TNA, it will probably be Moose. Oh, my God. Or somebody like that. Who's somebody else I would put over there? Because all the big Bronson. Okay? Something like that. So then, the finale comes on. So, Challenger comes out. Boom, 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 whoop, that, whoop, whoop. And I said, when is my man's Trick gonna go back in the studio and put Booker on the ad-libs of this thing. Okay? Crowd goes crazy. And people think that when people like, whoop, that Trick, and they be like, okay, shout out. What clip I was watching on YouTube, and they was like, shout out to Trick Williams. And I was like, no, that is from Memphis, Tennessee movie Hustle and Flow. Like, go look at that. You could tell who knows both and who only knows Trick Williams. Then Ethan Page comes out all ego. Now, honestly, I didn't know how this match was going to go because I was like, they can have Ethan continue to do this. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be whatever. I don't know what the story would be after that because he ain't had the title that long, but they said he only was there a month and a half before he won the title. But then they ended up having Trick win, which I was surprised about and happy, but surprised. And then, yeah, that's the one Punk called down the middle. And Ethan had got into it a little bit with Punk. And he looked at Punk, was like, "Do to go to sleep on Trick." And then and then Punk ended up doing to go to sleep on Ethan. And I was like, y'all got a history being AEW. I don't know if y'all got along or not. But I was like, if not, if they wanted Punk to come to NXT for a while after he healed from the Hell in a Cell match with Drew, him and Ethan could start a little something for a little bit. Or have Ethan come to Raw for a little bit, for like 2 weeks. And then have him go to CW for 2 weeks, okay? And that ended up being a thing. But ironically so, on my YouTube page today, they had Chris Van thing with Trick. And he's talking about his entrance and Booker being doing the ad-libs and stuff like that. And he's like, that's on. And people in the comments is like, oh my God, I remember when Harlem Heat debuted. Now he's on. Like, I feel so old. And I was like, I don't remember that book. The book I remember is the Spinneroonie, all that Booker and all that. So that's a book I remember. And I'm like, yeah, he'll be on. And he was like, him and Shawn and some other people, he was like, Booker text me, he'll be like, look at the footage, like you watching, football or something, and be like, you saw that step right there? Don't take that step. Like, step back. Don't do this. Don't do that. Like, I love when you get knowledge from someone that's such a GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, not only that they understand the business side and the promo side, but they understand the moveset side. And that also goes to confirm, like, his school in Houston, ROW. But I was like, you can tell he's very much involved. Because I'm like, the only other person I think I've heard on the podcast, because like every once in a while, have background noise of YouTube playing, they'll show Undertaker's podcast. They haven't showed Rikishi's one in a while. They'll show Busted Radio. But the only other person that I know that will go into detail like that, about movesets, stuff like that, is Mark Henry. Like, he moved this more, if he moved this way, or if he did this, or I helped him do this. Like, and I'd be like, wow. Like, I'm in awe because I'm like, they're so knowledgeable. And it just adds another layer to their goatness for me. But I can't wait for next Tuesday. I'm so glad something's on regular TV. I don't know how long it's going to CW's going to have NXT. I think CW had another wrestling show that used to come on like Saturdays or something. Was it NWA or something like that? But I'm excited. Like, I'm excited because I want to see what's going to transpire after St. Louis. Like, are we going back to Florida? If not, I know that means Bianca and Jade are going to end up coming to NXT more, since there's only one tag team belt between the three brands. But are they going to fight like Lash Legend and Cargill? Like, you got girls down there, and you got the Unholy Union, Damage Control. What is it? Pure Fusion Collect. I hate that. I'm not a fan of that name at all. And then you got, of course, SmackDown. But SmackDown got the least amount of tag teams. They don't really even have a tag team. No, they don't. And then, yeah, so like, and then I'm ready to see that. I'm ready to see Kari Evans. I don't know if like said it's gonna be ringside. I can't wait for the A-Town Down Under. I can't wait for that tag team match. Like y'all know I'm a fan of tag teams. So like my favorite 2 matches I'm looking for is the Nathan and Axiom match, and then the women's match. I can't wait for those 2. I can't wait. So I'll be tuned in next Tuesday. And I'll be tuned in SmackDown on Friday before Bad Blood. And Bad Blood on Saturday. So I watch wrestling this Monday, this Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, next Monday, next Tuesday, Friday. And then for a while, I think that's another reason why I took a break from NxT for a while, because I'm like, wrestling is consuming all my TV time, and I need to catch up on TV shows. Like, I got stuff on Netflix sitting in my saved list from like a year and a half ago. I still ain't even finished the last season of Cobra Kai, and they came out with a new season. Like, that's how far behind I am. I haven't seen the new season of Still Magnolias. I did watch all of Emily in Paris. I haven't watched Lincoln Lawyer's second season. Like, I'm behind. Okay? Because I had to catch up with the stuff on HBO Max. Got caught up with that. Got caught up with Disney because I ended up watching She-Hulk and something else. Now I gotta go back to Netflix and make my rounds. Like, ugh. So, y'all pray for me, because I'm gonna try. And I'm trying to reduce my TV time. So if wrestling is the thing I'm be watching, that'll be the only thing I'm watching. Maybe except for like Dish Nation, which is only 18 minutes. So, yeah. Because I don't work from home, so I only watch TV when I get home. I hope you guys have a great day, great night. Where I'm at is 2:51 a.m. on the Thursday, the 3rd. Be blessed because you are blessed, and don't let anyone make you feel inferior. If they have something to say about everything you do, and it's not out of love for you to like, hey, I see you doing all this, maybe you need to do this one at a time, something like that. It's a, hey, like, why do you do that? You might need to cut them out your life, okay? Everything that you do is not meant for everyone to understand, and everything that you do is every level that you go in life, whether you're changing spiritually, mentally, mostly whatever, everyone is not meant to come along. That's why in life, most people are like leaves. They go when the seasons change. Some are like branches. They're good for a good time, maybe sometimes a long time, but if a real bad storm or situation hits, they're gone. They break off and leave. And then the real friends are the roots at the bottom, that they don't go anywhere, and they're with you thick, thin, yes, no, right or wrong. And it's only about 4 or 5 of them. So make sure you keep them in your corner, support them like they support you, and keep it pushing. Love you all. Bye.